What is up, everyone? We are now at episode 4. You want more? We will deliver for sure. When this guest came on, I was shaken to my core. This podcast with her is going to slap harder than getting smacked by 4. It's going to feel more satisfying than beating the high score. Bars, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. And as you can see, we have a new guest today, the amazing Ashley, who can find the beauty behind the camera, be it as a photographer or with filmography, and we're happy to get to talk to her today and also explore her background a little bit.
Hello.
Hi, Ashley.
What the fuck was that intro? Hello, guys. Welcome back to your podcast, your favorite podcast, of course. Welcome back to Master of Usiverse. Today, now we have here Ashley. She's our friend. She's our classmates. So, who are you, Ashley?
I am their course mate. And what should I say? Yeah, I mean, we're all doing this master's together. And before this, I was working. I was just another rat in the system. And before that, I was doing a bachelor's in biochemistry, which has nothing to do with media management.
Okay.
But now I'm happy. And let's talk more about media.
So, in terms of media, you know that this podcast is keen on music, movies. What's your background in these two stuff?
I love listening to music, but I love watching things. Like, I watch something almost every single night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last night, what did I watch? I watched this series on Netflix. It's a Hindi one. I think it's called Royals or something. I'm sorry, don't kill me, but it's so bad. But I started it the day before, and now that I've started it, I just want to finish watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got like a lot of the same actors that you see everywhere. I don't know if you guys know a lot about the Hindi film industry, the Bollywood industry to be specific, but they have so much nepotism. Okay. Like, if you think Hollywood is bad, you can't compete with Bollywood. Yeah, and there's like certain directors that have their own studios, so they can be producers, directors, like screenwriters, executive producers. And because they have inherited, a lot of them have inherited the studios from their parents and their family, they will only hire like the children of famous actors, and now it's just like a massive like pool of the same actors that you see everywhere. And yeah, that's all I could think of when I was watching the series last night. I was like, oh, I remember watching him when he was like 6 years old. I remember watching his brother when I was 6, 12, 20, and 24. Yeah.
I watched a Jason Statham movie last night.
Of course you did.
You watched a what?
Wait, a Jason Statham.
Oh,
yeah.
Which
one?
Yeah.
The Working Man. I watched it on...
The bald guy.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious.
Let me guess. I'm just a working man. I'm just doing my job.
It was better. It was so much better because it's not like it's the same movie director of Beekeeper. So it was he with a machine gun that killed everybody. But it was much better because in this movie he lost some time. There are also some scene that you say no, you're gonna die in this scene, but it was more fighting in terms of movies.
Wait, Jason Statham?
Yeah, Statham.
Yeah.
Yes, that. I remember like you talking about him just reminded me of how I think in Fast and Furious 7 or 8 he was visiting his brother Owen Shaw.
Yeah,
or whatever, in the hospital, and then he like threatened the nurse in the reception, and then he blew up the reception, and I was like, why would you do that? Like, you know,
why
your
not?
brother's in the hospital, and you just blew up the reception of the hospital that he's in. What if like the next time he has to come visit him, no one's there to check him in, you know? But whatever.
He's a goat.
How dare you question the genius of that franchise?
Exactly.
That franchise.
That's so much different franchise.
I think you have a car that just flies out of an airplane and it lands perfectly somehow.
Yeah.
You have The Rock who kicks away a torpedo.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous.
And there is also the movie Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw. I've never watched it.
With The Rock against Jason Statham.
Wait, do you guys remember at the end of, I think it's the Fast 5 or Fast and Furious 5, there's that barbecue And The Rock comes in and
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
it's like, Mia, you better hide your baby oil. And then The Rock is like, you better hide your big ass forehead.
Yeah, and that was not a scripted scene. That was something
like-
that The Rock invented in that moment.
Yeah.
And it has a great success.
And Ludacris's reaction was also
Yeah,
genuine.
he's
like,
laughing.
He spat
He
out
was
the
laughing,
beer.
eating. Yeah, I saw that. It was incredible.
I don't remember it whatsoever. The only thing I remember from those cool ending scenes of like the lunches or dinners or whatever is just Vin Diesel with his family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
Oh my
Corona.
God,
That's all that matters
They
anyway.
always
Yeah.
had a
Corona.
cookout.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have a cookout.
Okay.
He has the Corona.
Oh my God, wait. And you know how before they start like eating, at the end of every Fast and Furious movie, they like hold hands and they say a prayer.
Yeah.
And they say grace and it's like, thank you God for fast cars. My younger brother saw that. And then because of him, my family started saying grace. I mean, we are Christian, but my family started saying grace because of Fast and Furious.
But you don't end with thank God for fast cars.
No, we used to, like, for the first 6 months of saying grace, but then my mom was like, okay, guys, what the hell?
So this was something I wanted to jump back to, what you were mentioning before, since you were talking about Bollywood, and especially the different actors you have, let's say, nepotism too. So, and you also said childhood actors. So this is something I'm curious about. Since in Hollywood, when you have childhood actors, let's say they can have a bit of a crazier lifestyle later in their life.
Yeah, like Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. Do you see the same thing in Bollywood too, or not really? Just more out of curiosity.
Yeah, I mean, I do have like one in mind where there was a movie. It's called Tare Zameen Par, and it's about it released actually in like 2006 or maybe a bit later. I don't know, but I remember watching it when I was a kid, and it was about a young boy who realizes he has dyslexia or something, some sort of like learning disability. And anyways, he got super, super, super famous from that movie. I recently saw an interview of him, like current day, and he was talking about how in school, when he went back to school after that movie released, like he couldn't get any work done. People just wanted to like talk to him or I guess get his autograph and stuff. And after that movie, he just completely disappeared. Like I didn't see him at all. And now, since like last year, people have spotted him at events and stuff, but he hasn't. At least to my knowledge, he hasn't been in any movies or any form of media, really. Even though that movie that I was talking about has gotten a sequel that's dropping soon or that's already released. I watched the trailer today. It has absolutely nothing to do with him. Like, I don't think he shows up in the movie at all. So, yeah. And then also there's a lot of TV series. Like, I remember watching that with my sister. I don't even know what the plot was, but I have no idea where those actors or actresses are today. Like there was this one about a fairy and she kind of disappeared after that happened. So yeah, I guess there's a lot of parallels between the Western and the Bollywood industry.
So are you like maybe more keen on like the Bollywood industry or like you are mixed? It doesn't matter.
I think it's a mix. Like it doesn't really matter for me. I'm also not one of those people that goes out of my way unless I really like a movie or a trailer. I don't go out of my way to be like, I have to watch this, I have to watch that. When a sequel drops, I have to watch this, I have to watch that. Whatever I see, and if it looks like something that I would like, then I watch it. But also, I don't know if you guys have this, when you have no free time and you're full of assignments, you're always watching stuff and procrastinating. But then when you submit all your assignments and all your exams are over, and then you go home and you open up Netflix or you just look at the schedule for the movie theater. You don't want to watch anything.
It doesn't feel the same. It doesn't
Yes.
feel as rewarding anymore. No.
You're not watching it in fear of failing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Trust me that I probably like in this weekend most of the time. Because we are full of assignments now.
But like when sometimes I have time. I have like, I don't know, 5 hours in one evening. And I sit down and I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch something. And then I don't choose to watch. I don't watch anything, or I watch something I've watched like 5 billion times. I have this problem that I don't watch new things as much as I would like to, even though I have like a growing list.
Yeah.
And then I get stressed that I'm not watching new things. But yeah. Anyways.
So, as you guys might or might not know, you do photography and filmmaking.
So smart. Yeah.
So I'm just curious with that.
I mean, I'm starting. I'm still a bit nervous.
No,
to
but
do
still, since before this episode, I was also doing a bit of research, and then I also looked into your short movies a bit. One of them being Masochist, which was even featured in a magazine, a Makut magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious about that. I mean, tell us about the short film, because if I understood correctly, you kind of filmed out of a view of an immigrant visiting her home country again, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So basically, it was an idea I had last summer because I had organized a trip back to India, and this time I was going alone for almost 2 months, out of which for 5 weeks I was going to be in New Delhi.
Okay.
Oh, well, in Gurgaon, it's like outside of New Delhi. And I was going to be interning at a family friend's design studio. And I knew that I would want to shoot a short film, and I didn't know what I wanted it to be. So I just went into it like knowing that I wanted to get as many like video clips of what I did, just like kind of like day in the life, and then also like sites that I wanted to see around Delhi on the weekends. And when by the end of it, when I came back home, first of all, I was so sad to leave. And then when I came back home, I was like just thinking about how different my life would be if I had remained in India. And then that got me started thinking about how I have like two different perspectives of someone Indian and someone Swiss. And then from that, I decided to approach the short film through the eyes of an immigrant who's returned to her home country. And it was really significant that I went alone for the first time as an adult because I could look at my own country through my own eyes, because so far, or up until last summer, it had been more through my parents' eyes or what I've heard from them and their experiences. So I really wanted to have that recorded, like what I think about where I come from, and trying to convey the bittersweetness of not being able to be in both places at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also conveying that I could be happy in either place because they're both home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's why I could also see that in the shots you took, because I think there were been some from also back in Switzerland, I think especially towards the end. So also having that parallel, I mean, for me at least, I kind of had the same experience too when I was in the US for the first time by myself, where you can actually experience it. So it was actually really cool to see those different shots. But I mean, so in terms of filmmaking, do you have any projects that you're planning right now? Anything you want to do? You don't have to be super concrete, because I know,
I know that you are doing a vlog, like the vlog in Rome, where we are there, and the vlog in Barcelona. Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't really call it filmmaking. It's more for the shits and gigs. But I did put out a vlog, I think 2 days ago, just a random one, because I went to Barcelona last week or something. And then I had a compilations of like just nice clips that I wanted to publish. And then also I want to re-edit the Rome vlog a little, because we went to Rome as a class in March, and that I'd also want to post. And then I do have another more of a short film concept in mind. I'm not going to say what it is.
You will see, guys.
Yeah,
you will see the project.
But I do want to try getting it done within the next couple of months. Like, I don't know. I don't want to leave it until end of summer. But yeah, the main thing is just, getting down to it and not being like, oh yeah, I'll do it. Because I feel like everyone does it. Like, yeah, I'll do it. I have this project in mind, and then you never do it. Or you do it like a year later.
And shooting like this kind of vlog, you do everything like freestyling. So
honestly,
what you say, you film it, or like you think before, like, I don't know, we are going to the Colosseo to watch something. It's good to have a clip of this. How is your like approach in terms of shooting?
Yeah, I wish that I would do more storyboarding, because it would save me so much time and so much like editing. But so far I kind of just YOLO freestyle it.
Okay.
But I think for the one that I have planned this summer, I do want to make a storyboard. Oh, and also I'm gonna see some of my friends that I'm from my bachelor's that I haven't seen in almost 2 years. And for that, I also have a kind of like a short film in mind and a vlog. So for that, I've already started storyboarding. I'm so excited. If they're watching this, I'll see you soon. In an undisclosed location.
Okay, very good. So, but I mean, I just also want to go back. So what actually inspired you to pick up a camera to begin with? What were the kind of things what that made you go, hey, I love filming, this is so cool?
It's actually in school. We used to do this thing called village camps, like the second week of school. You would go to a random alpine village with your classmates and also the new classmates that have joined that year. And it was basically to do team building activities to get to know each other and bond more as a class. And at the end of that week, we would put together a little like video montage of what we did. And I loved doing that. That was like my favorite part of the year, basically. And I don't know, maybe it's also because I'm a bit of a nostalgic person. It was nice to look back at the memories. And then a couple of years ago, actually during COVID or even before COVID, I just started making videos of me and my friends, and I would keep them for myself. Yeah, I have a lot of vlogs that I don't have anymore, guys, but I made a lot of secret vlogs of stuff we did in uni in the bachelor's. And then after that, I picked up film photography because it became a massive trend during COVID again. And then from there onwards, I slowly built it up. And it's still being built up slowly because I'm not quite sure if I want to look at it more as a hobby or something I want to pursue more seriously. But I mean, it's been really fun. And yeah, I love vlogging, which is kind of embarrassing to say, but I do love it.
No, it's great. Yeah, people that create an entire career.
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Like there was when I was kid, like I used to watch these like Charlie. I don't remember the name.
Oh, Good Luck Charlie.
Good Luck Charlie. It was this bigger sister doing a vlog of her
She
entire
was the
life.
OG vlogger, Disney Channel. Good Luck Charlie.
Not really, no.
What
Oh
were you
God.
watching? Dungeons and Dragons.
Other cool stuff.
Like what? Yeah, what did you watch? What cartoons did you watch?
Yeah, you asked to everyone.
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. I don't know. Tom and Jerry, Roadrunner. Ooh, the Batman cartoons of the 90s.
Oh my
were
God,
bomb.
yeah.
Of the 90s.
Yes. Like there was
They were
Batman, and
great.
then there was Batman Begins, where it's like Batman in the future.
Yeah.
It had such a cool soundtrack.
Wait, Batman Begins by
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan.
Oh no, now I'm mixing it up. Batman Beyond, not Batman Begins. Thank
Bro,
you.
you got me so
But
hyped.
Batman
Well,
Begins.
Batman Begins was cool too.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Christian Bale, thumbs up.
Also Christopher Nolan,
Yeah.
California.
And the score of all three of those films
Oh,
is
yeah.
amazing.
yeah, it was a huge success. Like
James
if you
Newton
watch,
Howard.
if you watch like all the rankings, something like that is always in the first position about everything.
Yeah.
Like in terms of movies, and it's strange because it's funny because it is like a movies on a superhero. It's not like a movies about something more deep, something more interesting, and is very, very well structured and everything.
Yeah. You know which other movie has a great score? The first Black Panther movie.
Yeah?
It's so good. Sometimes when I'm studying, I listen to it. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super sad.
Sean,
Also, Creed.
you seem so like I have never watched.
No, I did. No, I was actually you know what I just
Did you?
remembered?
Did
There's
you?
one really good song on that soundtrack with I think it's Kendrick, J-Rock, and
Oh my God,
Future.
yeah.
But
yeah,
Future's part is horrible. I'm sorry. It's so cool before, but it gets to that la di da di da do 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 do.
I want
to
to help
Oh,
you,
I was
but
talking more
don't
about like
remember.
the score of the film. But
Oh, I was thinking about
The
like the
soundtrack is
songs
amazing,
they
too.
made
Yeah.
because
I just
Yeah.
listened to all the stars. With
yeah,
Kendrick
because there's
Lamar
just
and
one
stuff.
song where it has a really weird part by Future where you just go, why? As someone who makes short movies, vlogs, who used a camera, I mean, I'm sure you also look at filmmakers. You can see who's doing, in your opinion, like a good job or not. Are there any filmmakers you look up to personally?
Yes.
They
Celine
are.
Song. She's released so far one movie. She actually comes from more of the play background. But she's released this movie called Past Lives, and it's so depressing, but I love it. You should watch it. If someone who's watching this has watched it, 10 out of 10, gold star. But if you guys haven't watched it, you should watch it. You should watch it. And
Homework again for
homework,
sure.
homework,
yeah.
more homework.
But the way she films is she leaves a lot up to interpretation for the audience. And if you don't really pay attention, it would seem like it's a slow-paced movie, but there is so much like hidden behind the lines, I guess you could say, that you need to pay attention even in the slow scenes to the surroundings and the colors and what's going on and what symbolisms that have been there in the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie. And yeah, I just love that movie so much. And also the color grading. I like more warm tones. Yeah, whenever I edit photos, the first thing I do is I go onto, either I go to the temperature of a photo and I make it warmer, or I go onto the color grading and I make the global color like a bit yellow or orange tinted. Don't steal my ideas. But she's got a movie coming out on the 13th of June, and I'm so excited. I'm going to go watch it in theaters. I hope they release it in Lucano. It's called Materialists, and it's got Dakota Johnson, Chris Evans, and Pedro Pascal. And basically Dakota Johnson is like a matchmaker, and it's a little love triangle, but I'm so excited because it's filmed in New York City, and I'm just so excited to see the shots of New York with her, from her perspective, and also the color grading of the city, especially in the summer because it's so bright. Yeah. So I'm gonna go watch that. Yeah, Celine Song, if you're watching this, please make sure it's released in Lucano in CineStar for more than 2 weeks. In English.
And if you need an assistant,
yeah.
no, you know who to ask.
She watches us.
Yeah, she watches.
Yeah,
she watches.
Shout out to her.
Shout out Celine Song.
Yeah.
Hashtag love you.
So we talk about something like concerning movies. Then we will talk about again. But I'm curious on the music industry, like music stuff. What do you listen? Yeah. Also here there is something like more Indian and something like more Swiss. A kind of mix. What do you listen?
So I don't really listen to anything Swiss. Sorry. I am more into like the, I guess, American scene. Yeah. Whatever's trending right now. But yeah, I also listen to a lot of Bollywood. And actually a lot of Hindi music comes from Bollywood movies, because I don't know if you guys know, Bollywood movies have at least 2 songs in there where it's basically a music video, but it's part of the movie.
Okay. No, I didn't know.
And I love it so much, and I listen to a lot of that. When I was younger, from like 12 to 17, this is really crazy. Basically, all I used to listen to was One Republic or Imagine Dragons.
I think like quite everyone
but nothing else.
Okay, so not everyone.
Yeah. And then after that, so a lot of people in my class were listening to rap. And then when I turned 17, around that time, a few months later, Migos dropped Culture 2. And the summer of 2018, for 2 months, like that's all I listened to. It's still my favorite rap album ever. Yeah. And then from there I listened to, I guess, more rap and hip hop and stuff. But once again, with music, I don't go out of my way to listen to things. If I hear it somewhere and I like it, then I'm that person at the club with my Shazam. I'm like, I kind of like this song, Shazam. Yeah. Anyways, Migos, and then I listened to a lot of Drake. That was before the Kendrick beef.
Let's create the content.
I listened.
What do you think about the beef between Kendrick and Drake?
I feel like Drake kind of shot himself in the foot with that one. Like there was no way he was gonna win. Yeah. But I mean, his music is great. I will listen to it still. Also Kendrick's music, but I think as Barack Obama said, Drake is an entertainer and Kendrick is an amazing lyricist. His words have so much meaning to them. Also, J. Cole, I love him.
But like in the beef, he like.
Yeah, he was like, wait, they're actually beefing?
No,
peace out.
No, but he firstly do this against, I don't remember, like Drake, against Drake. And like a 7 minutes this, and then when something changed, I don't know what.
He was like, actually, I choose peace. Live, laugh, love.
Yeah, he removed this from Spotify. Yeah. But he posted in the first moment.
Smart. Like, I really respect a person who knows when they're going to get their ass beat. Yeah. So, yeah. Nice. Yeah. Oh, my God. And then when Kendrick Lamar did the Super Bowl halftime show and he had the A, like the little A on the necklace, like A minor, I was like...
Yeah, like, also, like, there was the kind of smile, everything.
It That smile creeped me out.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that was nice, like because it was very interesting how, because of course we know all the song, etc. And he won a Grammy with that, and it was like not like us was the first time where a dissing won a Grammy. That was like,
not know
imagine being Drake.
Right, imagine
You
if
lose the dissing.
you don't win the Grammy.
You don't win the Grammy, and the diss was the diss against you won the Grammy.
he gets played at the
have done the
halftime show.
halftime show. It was like completely destroyed.
I would have to retire. I would have to get plastic surgery to change my face, change my name, and then move to I don't know,
but
like
I
New
think it
Zealand
was
or
like
something,
more,
become a camp instructor.
I think it was more like not a concordate dissing, but they like this 1 month against like I diss you in 1 month, and the next month he responds to me. There was not like this kind of dissing fast from you take a track from YouTube, etc. It was like more quite boring dissing.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of influencers, especially TikTok influencers that become artists? Like, I don't know if you know Dixie D'Amelio, Addison Rae, also Jake Paul, the Team 10 diss track on his brother or something. Crazy. And then his brother dropped another diss track on him. I was eating that up. Oh my God. I was like waiting for it to be released and everything.
But artists like singing, they became artists?
Yeah.
Or artists in what they do?
No. About influencers who turn into
music.
musicians.
Honestly, I feel like I know
Singing artists.
YouTubers better than TikTokers who got into music.
that as well.
Yeah.
Like KSI. Apparently, he's actually quite a good rapper or something.
Well,
I don't know if I heard his stuff before, but I definitely heard was it Jake Paul? Yeah.
Yeah. You know, one of my friends, oh my God, one of my friends told me the story. He went on a date with this girl, and this friend of mine makes music. And he was asking the girl, like, what music are you into? And she was like, oh, I listen to this really underground artist. I'm not sure if you'll know him. And he was like, oh, like, let me try. I am a musician. Maybe I'll know. And she said, oh, it's KSI. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No, well, I think like nowadays creating a song is quite easy because of course, if you are like KSI, you can easily pay a songwriter.
You can do it with AI.
You can do
we
with AI.
We learned that in Rebecca's course, who will be the next guest.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
You can do that. You like can pay a songwriter, someone who does the melody for you. You can easily write a text.
You can even just have somebody rap it for you, and then you just like
rap over
like a ghost
him.
track, and then you just rap over it. Yeah.
But like being an artist is like more. It's like in terms of credibility, a long-term career. It's something. I think that the most important answer is like the term of credibility. If I hear like, I don't know, KSI, even though if he can do something that sounds good, but there is this this bias of credibility that will never make him as seen as an artist. I think so.
Wait, you know who's really famous, but a lot of people don't respect her as a singer? J-Lo, Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I mean, I don't know if it's true or not, but a lot of people think that she doesn't actually sing, and most of the singing is done by, a lot of it apparently was done by Meghan Trainor.
Oh, yeah.
And there's this one tweet last summer, like, oh, I've decided to cancel my world tour because of family commitments. And the comments were crazy. They were like, yeah, she doesn't sing. You're not actually from the block.
Another thing I wanted to ask you, we were talking about filmography earlier in this episode, but since you also do photography, and more specifically, you photographed artists and also did photography at their concerts.
Yes.
So what kind of artists did you then photograph at those concerts?
I've done 3 so far. The second one, I don't remember who it was. Sorry to them. But the first one was a Swiss, I guess she does rap. She's, her parents, like her ethnic background is Sri Lankan, so there's a lot of like Tamil in her music as well. Her name is Priya Raghu. I don't know why I didn't say her name at first, but I went to her concert like last year, and it was amazing. And a lot of her songs have some politically charged lyrics. Like the one that I'll never forget is "Officer, don't shoot. I have so much shit to lose. Got to get back to my family and give them some food," or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved it. It was so fun. The whole atmosphere, like, I don't know about you guys, but I love live music. Like any kind of live music, I love it, even if I have no idea who the artist is. It was super fun. It was kind of tricky to figure out how to edit the photos afterwards because it was my first concert and I didn't realize that if the lighting is red, it's hard to manipulate because like red has the longest wavelength and it's kind of the hardest lighting to change on like editing
did it
apps.
have like not static, like permanent red lighting during the show?
Not permanent, but like 80%
Like
of
quite
the show
often,
was
I mean,
red
because they do
lighting,
try to have a little bit of a light show where it switches around.
Yeah.
If you have red, that's
Yeah.
bad. Then okay.
I mean,
not bad, but
yeah.
difficult
Yeah.
to deal with.
For some photos, it was cool, but then after, when like 90% of the photos are red or orange, I was like, okay, this is really lame. And then I ended up hating the photos, but I posted them anyways. I think they're still up there. And then a couple months ago, in March, I went to a show by this band, Keza, and the lead singer of the band, her name is Keza, and she's actually a bachelor's student at ETH, and she studies math, and at the same time she has a whole music career, which is insane to me. But I am so sorry, Keza, I don't know what genre your music is, I forgot. But once again over there, it was really nice this time around because they had someone who was not specifically, but she was in charge of me for management as well. And when I got there, she actually had rented a special camera from ETH, so from their like media library, I think. So I could get good videos because they really want videos for their social media, which are going to be posted soon. And she also helped me talk to the light guy and tell him exactly what I want, which was really nice. I didn't think you could do that, but then I realized that's actually what I should have done last time. And yeah, once again, the aura was amazing. I loved the live music and the crowd's energy. There was this one guy who got too drunk, and it was kind of like the band was playing a ballad, and he was just like jumping up and down and trying to get people to dance, and we were all just like, okay, this is really awkward. But then he kind of just disappeared after 5 seconds, so it didn't disrupt the show, but it was random. But yeah, I loved it, and I hope I get more chances to do it. I think I will have some chances coming up soon, but yeah, it's really fun. Just I still need to get used to editing like photos that have been taken in the dark or videos that have been taken in the dark.
Yeah, but I mean, I got to check out the pictures, and they were pretty nice, though. So,
thank you.
At least in my opinion. So now I'm actually even curious about this. Do you have like a dream artist you like to photograph? We go, hey, that would be so cool.
Oh, not really.
No.
Let's try. Let's imagine. The first that came in your mind.
I don't know. Like, let's say like Tyler, the Creator. But
Oh my God!
I need a concept photographer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Just throw it at you.
That first, no, okay, because I love Tyler the Creator's personality. Like whenever I'm sad, I go on YouTube and I look like best moments of Tyler the Creator, like A$AP Rocky and Tyler Creator best moments, and I just laugh. He was really big on not huge, but he was a popular Vine creator as well.
Yeah.
No, I have to.
I mean, he's very problematic.
I have to done their homework.
I actually really like to look up Tyler the Creator compilations too.
Yeah. No,
Just
Yeah,
because
like
that's
the one
what's good
say
stuff.
he's
It's just so
scared,
fun.
like he's scared of frog,
Or he's
like
yelling out of
Yeah.
the car window and
Yeah.
Oh
just.
yeah, girlfriend looks like my mom. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of controversial videos of him from like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's also this one where he's I think in a museum or something, or in an archives of something of a
Okay.
museum, and the guy explaining the figure to him says, "Yeah, what we do," and then Tyler the Creator's like, "Ha, you said do."
So, we do have a question now for you, since we do like to, let's say, end the episode a bit lighthearted. Although, let's see if it's going to be lighthearted or not.
Yeah.
That's still a question. Do you have any hot takes
Yes.
Oh my god.
Or let's
do.
do it this way. We want
I'm
one.
not ready, guys.
I don't know if I'm ready either. I'm afraid we might have to judge you for that too. So I want one hot take from. Don't die on us. I want one hot take from music and one hot take from movies.
Okay, one hot take from music.
Let's start with music.
I don't like the Beatles. I think they suck. I don't think they suck, but I think they're kind of boring. And for movies,
High five. I don't either.
Yes. For movies, actually just movies and TV shows in general, I dislike comedy. Like, I don't think it's funny at all. I hate Friends. I hate Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I hate The Office.
But I mean, only sitcoms or any kind of comedy, like even movies.
I mean, movies, I'm more okay with them. Like, rom-coms are cute, I guess, but comedy movies, I'm like sometimes when I'm watching an Adam Sandler movie, not like targeting Adam Sandler himself, I'm just like, oh, like, okay, this is weird. But like sometimes if I'm in a weird mood, I'll be like, yeah, let's watch Grown Ups, and then I'll laugh. But yeah, I don't like sitcoms.
Okay, so you don't belong to the cult of Friends or the cult of The Office, where you have to recite the whole.
But also, my siblings, they have this weird thing where they love watching the really funny animated movies like Madagascar, Ice Age, Shrek. And honestly, I enjoy watching it with them because they die laughing at like every single scene. Like, there's this one scene in Madagascar 3 where all the animals are like, oh my God, we're finally going back to New York. And then they get on the plane, and then the penguin is like, we have good news and bad news. Good news is we're landing. Bad news is we're crash landing.
Yeah,
and then they crash land in Africa or something, it's like another part of Africa. And then they find out that the penguins like suddenly have ended up in Monte Carlo, and then they're like, oh my God, we need to get to Monte Carlo. And then they cut to the next scene and they're coming out of the water in Monte Carlo. And I was like, if they got all the way to Monte Carlo, why wouldn't they just get themselves to New York on their own without the penguins, you know?
Yeah,
I didn't watch it. That's why I'm like.
No, I was at like you know the meme. I skip only just 30 seconds. 30 seconds before Beatles sucks. Now the penguin was in Monte Carlo. Like, all right.
When you're still recovering from the Beatles, you were just sort of like, oh no.
No, it wasn't the Beatles. I was waiting for like I don't know. Sean, if you could say some hot takes, Sean.
Oh no, I don't know.
I hate Bollywood.
Or like we keep that for the last episode of us.
I don't know.
Let's keep that for the last episode of the first season.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go nuclear on the last episode.
Exactly.
Perfect.
You're gonna fart really.
But like you sell. No. But you sell. No. So the Beatles things like. It's okay if you like don't like it or like they don't talk to you.
Wait.
But they suck.
I don't think they suck, but I dislike them. You know what else
You
I
said
dislike?
they suck.
Yeah. They kind of do for me.
Okay.
But I also don't like a lot of the musicals, like Mamma Mia and
Mamma Mia. No, but Mamma Mia.
Yeah, you just sang the.
I mean, I don't like. I just don't. I think it's very overhyped.
Yeah, no, because I also want to add something from my perspective that I have a bit of a problem with the Beatles and with sitcoms. I have another point there. So I just met so many Beatles fans who are just a bit too much.
I thought you were gonna say I just met so many Beatles.
Yeah, exactly. I just met so many Beatles,
Okay,
and I just
sorry.
thought, ew, gross, and I didn't want to listen to the music.
Yeah.
No, Beatles fans who just kind of overdo it with how amazing they are.
Yeah.
Where after a while, I just go, I just don't care. And I mean, the worst one for me, so when it comes to sitcoms, I'm sorry, but Friends, like watchers, fans, I can't stand them after a while.
Yeah.
No, because they're insufferable. No, here's the thing. I had to deal with people be like, no, you never watched it. You have to watch this exact episode.
I
and they're
understand
like,
that.
you're such a Joey, you're such a Monica. And they're like, I don't care who, like which character. I don't get it.
I don't give a flip.
But although my favorite moment was I used to work in this office where I had a bunch of Friends fans. And then this other coworker, he came in and he was wearing like Friends socks, like socks with the logo Friends.
Yeah.
And so the Friends fan in the office were freaking out, like, oh my God, you watch Friends too? And it's like, nah, I mean, my girlfriend gave those to me. I don't care. And to me, that was just gold. That was so amazing.
Yeah. No, that would, if
Yeah. Because
maybe
I mean, for me, it's like,
that was karma to your friends fans.
Yeah, because for me it's like, man, watch,
For being
watch,
too
listen to,
overenthusiastic.
exactly. Because for me it's like, watch, listen to whatever you want, but
Yeah.
I don't-
Also,
yeah.
another hot take for Friends. I've seen some of
Yeah.
the clips on social media. Chandler is not funny. He's just mean.
So you have never watched Friends, or yes?
I've watched like one episode because one of my friends, like, she's obsessed with Friends and also the Beatles. Oh my god! Like, sorry, Andrea, but I hate them both. It turned into dislike to sucks to hate them both.
Shout out to Andrea whenever you
Oh,
want.
also,
Yeah, what's up,
Andrea
Andrea?
tried to get
Andrea, let's text us in the DMs. You will be here
No,
the
she
next
also
episode.
if you want to come on the episode and
Yeah.
beef, you're welcome.
And we will talk about Beatles and Mamma Mia and Friends and Espresso
Yeah, she likes
Macchiato.
Mama.
We are getting to the end of the episode now, and of course, we want to thank Ashley for being here. Thank you
you.
for sharing
Thank
your
you,
experiences
Ashley.
with us. It was a magical episode, and we were actually really happy to hear about all your experiences, also your hot takes
Yeah.
in the end. It was really
Yeah,
fun. So
thanks
once
for
again,
letting
thank
me
you.
yap.
And you know how we end this episode since you're at the soundboard now. Applause for Ashley. Let's
See you in the
go.
next
See you
episode,
next
guys.
time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Episode.
I was testing it. Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, I say 3, 2, 1, go. Wait 1 second and then start.
So I say 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
No, aspetta.
Okay, what is up, everyone? Episode 4, and we know you're back for more. When I heard, I've messed up. So, Dario,
Oh my
we
God.
didn't get to your hot takes.
No, but
Oh,
we keep
have
that
to-
for the
okay,
next.
cut it out. I am so brave to cut it out too. Okay.
I want to add the bloopers.
Can we please have
This, yeah, I feel like this
I will
afternoon
add
is
the
more
bloopers
bloopers
at the
than
end,
episodes.
or no, the beginning of the episode, like in black and white.